I actually just started another video. My opponent bailed, so we're not watching that video. Uh, gee. So, turn 1, 3 artifacts. 4 artifacts. Turn 2, Arcbound. Sure, let's try it out. We're having fun with this deck. Delver? Well, I'm glad he plays Steven's tap. It gives me a free turn, basically. Oh, good, a Midnight. So let's go Dark Steel, Ornithopter, Midnight, Signal Pest. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, we'll be able to play our Mirror Enforcer pretty soon. So this also just looks like a normal affinity start. I'm hoping to get him with this Scale of Chisgoria if he tries to, say, Forked Bolt me. Yeah, I think that this deck is very fun. It's also like, you can't really get that salty about it if you don't do well with it, because it's like, well, I'm playing like this dedicated Swarm version. Maybe I'll play this on at my local game store. Well, the jig is up about Scale of Chisgoria, unfortunately. This card is much better when you can surprise them with it. Yeah, maybe I'll play this deck Tuesday. It seems fun. Also a break from the colored version. Although the colored version wrecks, don't get me wrong, it wrecks. I top 8'd my PPTQ that I mentioned in the last video, and I'm pretty happy with that. I know it's very small, but I'm happy. And you know, I broke the 50 subscriber barrier recently, and I feel like that's a pretty big milestone, so I'm hoping to produce some content for that soon. Yeah, I think it's a safe bet to say my opponent's probably Delver. Although based on Steam Vent's Gataxian Probe, maybe not, especially since it came in tapped. I feel like a Delver deck would have wanted a turn 1 Swift Spear, or turn 1 Delver, or even just leaving up a Spell Snare or something. I guess we'll see based on his turn 2 play here. I would be very shocked if he does not have one. Spellskite. That's a problem because of Arcbound. But I'll go ahead and cast this. He could also redirect that to Spellskite, which is unfortunate. Although right now he must pay 2 life to do so. So Springleaf is the draw, so I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This will be... I'm going to go ahead and play the Springleaf. So tap this, play the Arcbound, and then go ahead and play my Mirror Enforcer, and I'll still get in for 1 damage this turn. Yeah, that was the proper sequencing there. So hopefully I can make my opponent waste a mana or eat 2 life on this scale. And Arcbound is a may trigger, which is very important. You may put it. So you can do it, and then if they pay for it, you just say, no, I don't want to transfer that over. This deck seems, except for, I guess there was 1 game last round, but this deck seems very fast consistently. Like having no really colored spells is really good for this deck. I just died a Shatterstorm here though, but I very much doubt my opponent is playing that in the main, especially with the Spellskite. So even if my opponent has some sort of Electrolyze, and Anger the Gods, nah, that's actually not the end of the world. I just sack these creatures. My opponent tapped out for it. Yep. Welling Jar, I like that. Let's go ahead and animate. I'm actually attacking my opponent for 9 this turn, so I may he may block here, as 9 is quite a bit of damage. Are there no blocks? That's 9, 10, 11, 12. I can do 13. So yeah, not quite enough. The next turn, my opponent will have to block, probably Arcbound or lose. So a main deck Anger, this is not Delver. I don't know what this is. This might just be like, is it Control or something? Flame Slash, alright. Actually, I think I would rather regenerate that. And my opponent can pay life to redirect. I'm also going to do Scale of Chiscoria. Yep. If my opponent redirects here as well, that's fine with me. He paid mana to do so. Yeah, I'm totally okay with that sequence. I mean, I'm not totally okay with it. The Spellskite is annoying. And he did 2 for 1 me there, I guess, because of it. But my opponent is now... Oh, my opponent is playing Twin! Ah, okay. I was unable to resolve said Twin. Yeah, now I know my opponent is Twin. So I'm going to go ahead and attack and force my opponent to block, and then I'll play Signal Pest. So, I don't know if this deck can beat Twin. There's no Torpor Orb or anything. I think I have Spellskite in the side, but... So yeah, I basically have to win next turn. I know my opponent cannot, because he... Well, milling the Twin and the Deceiver Exarch really stinks. But my opponent is tapped out right now and cannot play a Pestermite or Deceiver Exarch and a Twin in the same turn. And now no longer has access to... Spellskite. This is like a perhaps a Addictive Time. Now that I know this is Twin, I mean I should have guessed, I guess, from the Anger, but now that I know that this is Twin, I can plan accordingly. Like I said, I don't know if I can beat the deck's combo if I just have to outrace it. I'm pretty sure I have Spellskite on the side. It seems silly for me not to. So I can at least do 2 damage this turn. I don't think Twin play... I actually don't know if Twin has anything that's capable of destroying my Arcbound currently. Other than Pestermite, but sure. Tap something down. That's fine. As once after I swing and my opponent does not or does declare blockers, I can go ahead and sack Arcbound. So my opponent's block priority. Yep, there we go. Alright, so I do have Spellskite coming in. Does Chalice do anything for me? No, but Gutshot does. Gutshot gets rid of those pesky the guys. Pestermite. Sorry. Bit of a brain fart. What else is good? I feel feel like I gotta keep in the welding jars. I think now that they know about the scales, it's a little less good. I guess I'll take out 1 jar. But Gut Shot seems really good. Gut Shot's very good against Pest Termite, so I think I do want all of them. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next game.